Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness Today YouTube channel. Some days back, the former presidential aide of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, talking about Reno had come on full blast against the presidential flag bearer of LP Labour Party. I'm talking about Peter Obi, accusing him of what is happening or what UK authorities did against his companies in United Kingdom, and while he is not fit to govern or rule Nigeria, preside over the affairs of Nigeria, simply because he couldn't even keep his company afloat in the United Kingdom. Well, that trended. I wanted to find out what Peter Obi responded. But Peter Obi responded, and to shock you, the original version of what really transpired. And that's why we want to correct the narrative, giving it a balanced reportage. And this is what happened. For some of us who do not understand what Reno said, we're going to give you a brief report on that, then tell you what Peter Obi said eventually and what the true picture is as at now. But before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel by clicking on the right subscribe button. Beside it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, earlier report has it that UK authorities have struck off a company allegedly belonging to former governor of Anambra State for failing to submit its annual account. The company, known as Nest International, that's United Kingdom Limited, was removed from the record in September 2021 following a first and second notice of a compulsory strike-off of their entity. The report has it that the company, largely owned by the former governor of Anambra State, failed to submit its annual account for the year 2020, which saw the company struck off and dissolved in 2021. According to UK, a financial consulting firm, if companies House receives no reply to its letters, it will then publish a first strike-off notice in the Gazette, which is the official journal of public record. The first official notice to strike off Nest International was issued on 22nd June. I take that again. The first official notice to strike off Nest International was issued on the 22nd June 2021. Then a second notice was given on the 31st of August 2021. A final gazette to dissolve the company was issued on the 7th of September 2021. Before its final dissolution, records shows that for 4 consecutive years, that's 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020, the UK Companies House had to always issue a first gazette notice for compulsory strike-off before Nest International filed its annual account. Reacting to the development in a tweet via his verified handle, Omokri mocked the former governor over the delisting of his company in UK. The chieftain of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, asserted that the Labour Party flag bearer, who cannot manage his company, wants to lead the country. He wrote, and I quote him, "Wow, so Peter Oni could not manage his company, Nest International UK Limited, which had to be struck off by the United Kingdom after failing to meet its responsibility despite repeated warnings. And this is the same Peter who wants to lead Nigeria. Charity begins at Nest." He called himself a table shaker. But this is what Peter Obi's team said afterwards. And I think this is good for balanced reportage. The report has it that the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has clarified the closure of his company, Nest UK International, by the British government. This platform understands that the former Anambra governor said opposition parties are trying to make news out of an approved liquidation of Nest International by the United Kingdom government. The Obidati campaign cancelled in a statement on Wednesday, signed and released by Diran Onifade, said the high-rising profile of the Labour Party presidential candidate has put fear into the veins of the opposition parties to be seeking news where there is none. Agents of the political opposition unsettled by the high-rising profile of the Labour Party flag bearer. Onifade said that Peter Obi left the management of Nest Nigeria International at the time he came into politics for Anambra State governorship. For the record, the entity was 99% owned by Nest Nigeria International Limited and established as its buying office in the 90s, and Peter Obi was its CEO. At the time Peter Obi became governor of Anambra State in 2006, his wife assumed management of the winding down of the company, and about 1 year ago requested that the company be dissolved under the voluntary strike-off of the entity on the grounds of dissolution and being inoperational, which is normal in winding up an entity, the statement added. Onifade berated the opposition, stating that when Peter Obi asks that he should be verified, he did not ask the opposition that have refused their candidate to face Nigerians to falsify facts. Peter Obi has consistently maintained that he is no longer involved in any Nest-related business. When our principal insists that you go and verify facts about him, and the information he dishes out, it didn't say go and falsify facts, he added. Come on, this is interesting. A lot of Nigerians didn't know this, and we decided to take our time to find out what was the end result of this whole thing. When we first heard about this issue of Nest closing down, I was like, it's really unlike Peter Obi. Usually he likes seeing to the end of a thing. What could have happened? Is it that there was a tax evasion? Why wasn't this on his account? This is a man of integrity and very transparent. We waited earnestly, tried to find out what really the result is. You've heard the result. He deliberately, in fact, the wife is in the know, and he's saying, look, we say verify fact. Jukwe say go and verify. He didn't say go and falsify. There are two different things. Verify, falsify. Verify means how true is this? Falsify means lie about it, distort the truth, and feed the lies to, just like the media is, feed it to as many supporters. It's good to always correct the narrative. Peter Obi's company did not close down simply because he couldn't bring out his account statement, or he couldn't make it transparent, or he couldn't manage it. It's simply because as at when he entered into governance, which is honestly, I thumb up to Peter Obi. That man is a different breed of politician I've ever seen in my entire life. He is going into governance. He said, look, I don't want to mix this with this. So they don't keep saying, I did this with this. He said, okay, can we be 99% Nest? Handle it. Okay, handle it. Though he was the CEO, which to a great extent, he has been able to establish a footprint. And that goes also to the issue of Nigeria. If eventually Peter Obi wins, I pray he does anyway, and he corrects the narrative for 8 years, the next person who will take over will either make Nigeria go down or improve the wealth of Nigeria. So if we have started looking at integrity and competence, Nigerian voters, the electorate, must not lower their standard. They must keep insisting that only the best is permitted to rule Nigeria as a country, or else whatever corrective measures that Peter Obi may likely put in, a wrong person leading the affairs of Nigeria can bring it back 360 degrees to where it's coming from. And if Peter Obi no longer handles Nest, and Nest could not maintain or stay afloat, it clearly shows that he's got a very strong leadership skills that Nigeria must not miss. Let's go wrap it up. What's your take on this? Let's meet in our comment section.